Hey guys, my name is Akhil and welcome to btech YouTube channel. So previously I mentioned that I will be starting a Python series which will be entirely different from other all the playlists because I will be mostly engaging in solving all the problem sets. Okay, so I will be taking you to different sections of all the programming language concepts and I will be explaining it there around 30 to 50 programming questions on that. So we'll be starting basically, so we'll be starting from basic programming questions, then directly we'll be diving into the soups and data structures and algorithms slowly. So don't lose any don't lose any concentration when you watch my videos. In case if you don't understand, just let me know in the comment section. Then I can make my voice low, or so that's how we progress further. Okay, so for today I'll be explaining just the basic concepts, like we'll be going till the loops concepts. Okay, so I'll be taking to that concepts and then later we'll be solving much problems on them. Okay, so for now let me explaining the basic format. Okay, let me take some grammar. Let's take large and then this is fine, little one. So Python programming language. So this is the agenda for our session and I'll be taking you to much more concept later. So this series is entirely for all the candidates. Okay, so basically these students who are studying in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year especially. So if you want to do as many problems as you want, if you want to know the basic concept, okay, so just watch my videos. I won't deal much of the concept, like I'll be taking over this concept, I'll be explaining to what is what, and then I'll be making you to solve more problems. Okay, so this is how the entire playlist will be. Okay, just stay focused when you're learning something. Okay, so the basic concept of this language is like when you deal with this programming kind of thing, so the only communication medium between the two systems is in the format of binary. Okay, zeros and one. So that's how you need to communicate with the systems. So you need to communicate just by using the programming language. Okay, so one language is nothing but the programming language. So and Python programming is a interpreter language. Why it is interpreter language? So for example, this is a file. Let me take some dots. Okay, so consider this is a file, and then student, for example, exam.py. So this is a Python file, and then this Python file has been given to an interpreter. Okay, so there is a Python interpreter here. So this is a Python Python interpreter. So this is a Python interpreter. So what does this interpreter does is that, so it will be taking this file exam.py file, so it will be going through each and every line. So in case if there is an error in in particular line, it will be executing out of the block. For example, there are three lines here. Let me take one, two, and then three. So one, two lines are executed successfully, and when you come to the third line here, when you see this third line, so this will be giving you the two outputs, line number one and line number two. But when it coming to the line number three, it will be directly exiting from the block. So that's how the interpreter works. But when you compare this C or Java, any kind of language, what does it do? Like it will have a compiler, GCC compiler or anything. So it what does it will be creating some executable file. Okay, this code, this main.c file is there, no, or main.java file, any file is there. So this file, when you give it to a compiler, this compiler, what does this do? It will be converting into a executable file which will be in the form of binary or in their compiler format. Okay, so that's how they will be executing. And you know what, this compiled code will be directly executed, will be giving the entire agenda, but it doesn't show the error where is the line is. Okay, so it will be creating executable file, then after that it will be showing the error. But coming to the interpreter kind of thing, it will be before creating anything, it will be directly showing the error in which line the error is. Okay, for your clarification, so let me go to my favorite compiler, online compiler. Let me take to the Python. So I have print 1 comma, so print 1 and then print 3, and then in the line number 2 I'll be giving like 0. So basically you will be knowing that print 1 and print 3 will be getting executed. But when coming to the line number 3, what I did was I used the division with the 0, which is indirect, which is not possible in programming language. So when we click on run, you see, so we'll be getting line number 1 and 2. line number 1 and 2, and then after line number 3, when it is executing the line number 3, it is showing error. Okay, so this doesn't happen in other languages. And in other languages it will be creating executable file before, without knowing what are the errors in it, and then that executable file will be, when executed, then it will be showing errors, so like runtime error, compile time errors, anyways. Okay, so that's how it will be. Okay, and this interpreter, this, there is a funny thing, this interpreter is written in C, I guess. C language. Okay, so just for your general knowledge, nothing to do with it. Okay, so that was wrote in C language, you can directly google. And here you go with the task. So your task is to find the Python library. Okay, so where this a Python code stays online. Like in case, for example, if I take Laravel, I'll go to the Laravel docs. Okay, and I'll be seeing the Laravel GitHub. Okay, so then I will be going to this Laravel GitHub, and I will be saying that, okay, this is the Laravel that we gonna use. This is the repository, and this, in this repository I am using this framework called Laravel. Okay, now your task is to go to this GitHub platform and find where the Python framework is. Okay, Python language or Python frameworks. Okay, anything where is a Python language situated in GitHub. Okay, find that repository and paste it in the comment box. Okay, so this is a task I will be giving to you. Okay, you need to do, and then put it in the GitHub box. Okay, and that's conclude what is programming language, and what is difference between interpreter and compiler. Okay, so I won't go to much of the details, like I don't want you to have this technical, this theoretical knowledge is good, but already they will be teaching you in your college, right? So I won't go to the much of it, but this is a basic difference. So interpreter will be executing line by line, compiler will be entirely executing, and then it will be creating some executable file, and then that executable file will be throwing some errors. Okay, the that's conclude. Okay, in case if you have any doubt, just let me know, or else you can watch the video again, just clicking backward. Okay, so coming to the literals, so there are literals in language, literals. Okay, so the literals are nothing but the numbers and strings. Okay, so literals are divided into numbers and strings. Taran, taran, taran. Then I need to give this, then this, then this, and then I will be giving this number, and then here you go with the strings, challenges. Okay, again these numbers are classified into multiple types. Okay, so you will be dealing with all those in data types. Okay, don't worry. So in numbers we have integer, integer, and then floats, and floats, floats, and then complex numbers. So don't worry about the grammars, guys. I'm little bit I'm not that much good at in spelling mistakes, oh sorry, spellings. Okay, and then in strings you'll be having all these concepts such as single quote, double quote. Okay, sorry, single quotes, double quotes, and then triple, triple quotes, and then you'll be having extra escape sequence, escape, sequence, except sequence, and so and so. Okay, so you'll be learning later. So just keep remember, like numbers are numbers we have literals, in literals we have numbers and strings, and then in numbers we'll have integers, floats, complex numbers, and then strings we'll have single quotes, double quotes, triple quotes, and escape sequence. And for this I'll be explaining what are this. So basically numbers are nothing but 1 to infinity. Okay, so in so numbers 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma, so anything. And then coming to the float values is nothing but a value which has a decimal point, like 1.2 or 4.300 or 4 zeros or 5.66678, so on. Okay, so any value which has real part and the decimal part is nothing but the float numbers. And what is complex numbers? Complex numbers are nothing but we'll be having the real value and then imaginary value. So let's say real value is 5, and then 6, and then imaginary value is 5 and j. So that's how we represent. So we indirectly will be representing it as I plus x j. X is nothing but the any number. So let us give in this Python language. So let us define. So a is equal to 5. So let us print this type. So there is a function called type which will be returning the type of the variable. Okay, so let me give type of 5. So when we run on it, we'll be getting as C. So this is a class of integer type. Okay, so this is one of the literal. And in case if you want to give a is equal to a, and if you want to print this type 5, sorry, it should be type of a. Okay, so we'll be getting a class of str. Here is one of the thing in Python, each character is a string, but when you go to the C, you'll be having a certain character called char. Okay, char data type, I guess. So for entire sentence and entire character in Python, if you take a single character also, it will be giving you as string. Okay, so for now let us say a is equal to 5 plus 5j. So what do you think the type will be? Let us print off type of a. We'll be getting as complex number. Okay, as simple as that. So these are the literals and number format. Okay, which is a type, integer, float. Sorry, did I miss float? Okay. I think I need to cover the string in a separate, but it's okay. 4.5. Let's say 4.5. So let us print the type of this a. So we'll be getting float. Simple. Okay, so this is a basic concept, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, in case if you need anything, just let me know. And let me go to the strings. So string is completed here itself. I have used here. So you can put it in double quotes, or you can put it in single quotes. A is equal to a, and then print type of a. Will be getting as string. Here you go with the string. Okay, so you can keep the string in the triple quotes also. A is equal to z so and so something, and then you enter something. I think ting ting ting, and you enter ting ting ting. Okay, and then you print any text, print a, print type of a. So you'll be getting it as a string. Okay, so I will be explaining you why triple quotes here. I think we need to now, so in case if you give here also. Okay, so this one also will be getting it as string. So just remember this concept, like what, why Akhil, why did you use triple string concept? I will be explaining you why you are detailing explaining this. Okay, so this triple strings. Okay, just keep a note. So this done, and escape sequence I'll let you know when you are doing, when we deal the programs. Okay, so this escape, what, sorry, escape sequence will be coming in format of slash n comma slash t, so and so. You just google it, you'll be finding a lot of escape sequence, so you just mention in comment box. Okay, for now done with this. And then let's see the comments in programming language Python. Comments, how do we put comments in Python language? So basically, every developer, when they write code, they need to write some basic comments in the above the function or below the function or inside the function, just letting know what the function does or what the line does. For example, if I write, mm, for example, a is equal to 5 plus 3 and print of a. So for any normal student, in case if they don't know anything, once they see a is equal 5 plus 3, they don't understand what the entire expression does. So what we need to do, we need to write some comment in the format. In Python we use hash format. So this hash, what does it do is, like, it doesn't execute anything, just it will be showing a information to the user that this is the entire expression does. For example, sum of two numbers. Okay, so as when you do it, it will be giving you a comments like, so this is what the entire expression does. And when you click on run also, it doesn't do anything, just executing the sequence. Okay, so we got 8. So this won't be executing by the interpreter of the Python. Okay, done. And other people say there is another concept of giving multiple line comments in Python. So here is one of the what we call, one of the funniest thing in Python. For example, if I want to give strings, and then if I go on give the comments in the Python. Okay, ta-da-ta-da. So here you see, if I once click on Python run, I think it doesn't work here. Okay, So let me go to the Google Colab. So it depends, guys. Basically, the Python versions are different, and in Python 2, you'll be getting some modular difference. So and so. Okay, let me go here. So you'll be understanding why you're mostly focusing on this triple string, multi-line commenting, and then strings, double quote string. So let me connect, and then my file structure. So this is the thing I have given. Okay, so when I click on run, let me connect to my environment. Still connected, and this will be running. Here you go. So this is, so as we know in Python, so as people will say in Python, triple string is also used for commenting. But when I give on this compiler, this Jupyter notebook, what did what does the like it printed the entire string. Okay, that should be not the case for me, because you are telling that it is used for commenting. But here you go, here you see what does it happen. We are printing the string. This should not be happening anywhere else. Okay, so to reduce this, what we need to do is, like, you need to write the logic below that. Okay, so print of a, so print of 5. If you do this, what the interpreter does is, like, okay, so this triple string will be considered as a comment, and then it will be giving the result. In case if it doesn't do like that, what does it do is, like, it will be directly showing you the entire text in the comment, entire text in the triple strings. Okay, so this is one of the funniest thing in Python. Okay, hope you understand, and in case if you don't understand, just let me know, I'll be explaining again. Okay, so comments, and then mm, let's see some, let's see some conditional statements. Okay, we basically call conditional. Okay, conditional statements. So in Python there are three keywords which we use for conditional statements, and here you go. I have used the word keywords. So let me, what you do, go to Google and type the keywords of Python. So basically we will be having 35 keywords in Python. Okay, so if you want to know the Python, so Python keywords, import keywords, and then print keywords keyword list. So it's given keyword list. So when you click on this print, you'll be getting the entire. Okay, did I mess up anything? Keyword. Okay, so when you click on enter, when you print this keyword list is inbuilt function for the keyword, and here you go with all the keywords present in the Python. Okay, so false, none, true, and, as, asset, async, wait, break, class, continue, def, del, elif, else, expect, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, non-local, not, or, pass, rise, return, try, while, with, yield. So these are the 35 keywords in Python. Okay, which we'll be using in the when we deal with the programmings. So if you want to know the length, okay, print len of keyword list. So you'll be getting a result as 35. So in Python we have 35 keywords. Okay, just make a note. Okay, this is the keyword list. In interviews they will be mostly asking you, so where, how many keywords are there in Python. Okay, so list a few of them. So in case if you don't know, in case if you don't remember also, sir, I can get it from the keyword list, from the keyword file. Okay, keyword is another py file where it has a function called kew list, and it will be returning all the list of the keywords. Okay, so that's how you can manage the interview. Okay, no problems. And in case if you remember, you can tell. So as in conditional statement, I have told else if, and then else are the keywords in Python. So whether are this in the keyword list or not, let us see. I have told else. So elif is there, else is there, and where is if is there. So we have the keywords here. And when you coming into these conditional statements, okay, let me write here, if, elif, and then we have else. Okay, so if, elif, and else are just nothing but what we use in normal English. Okay, if it happens this, you do that. Elif, you do that. Else, you do it. Okay, done. So let us see a small program here. For example, if I want to do with the if, let me do it here or here. Okay, let me use Jupyter notebook, maybe you can use it later. So let me give a is equal to 5, and if I want to use only if and else statement, if a greater than 4, print a, else print not a. So let me go to negative number, negative, and if it is greater than, let me modify positive. So this is the example usage of if and else. Okay, so now if a greater than 0, what do I need to print? You need to print the positive. Okay, if not, else what you need to do, you need to print the negative. Okay, uh, when you click on run, as a is greater than 0, it will be giving positive number. In case if I keep -5, what does this do is like, if a greater than 0 means it will be replacing a with the -5. Okay, -5 greater than 0, false, right? So it doesn't execute this block, but it will be going to execute this else block. If I click on run, you see negative came. So that's how the entire program works. So when you coming into this conditional statement, what will happen is like, you will be having this block of code. Okay, now you can execute this block of code conditionally. For example, you are traversing from, okay, let me explain here. Okay, you have different lines here, lines of code, lines of code, lines of code, lines of code, lines of code. Okay, so you have different lines of code, and this interpreter, when this execute this file, it will be coming from top to bottom, and here it will be checking like, okay, here I have a if statement. Okay, here I have a if statement. Okay, this is if statement. Now what will be happening? So here in if statement we have around 52 lines, I guess, 52 lines, and this if condition didn't execute. We in if condition we got a result as false. So now what we'll be doing is that this 52 lines will be won't executing only. So rather we'll be jumping on this line. This is the 53rd line. Okay, so it conditionally we can execute the entire program code. So that's why we will be using this conditional statements. Okay, so don't get confused. If and else, it's a very easy, so we'll be seeing lot of problems. Okay, and if you want to see elif also, um, let me write it here. A is equal to, let me give a is equal to 5. Okay, if a greater than 0, I'll be printing it as positive integer, print positive. Elif a double equal to 0, I will be printing it as 0, zero. Else, which means that it is a negative number, right? Else print negative. Okay, so let us debug this code. Now a is equal to 5, which means now it will be checking the if condition first. It will be replacing a with 5. So 5 greater than 0, which means true, we'll be getting the result as print. Okay, so let us run. So we got the positive as a result. For example, if a is equal to 0, okay, now let us trace it again. So now a is equal to 0, 0 greater than 0, false. Okay, now it won't be executing this block of code, but it will be executing elif. So elif, when it come into this elif, it will be replacing a with 0, which means 0 double equal to 0, which means true. Now it will be printing the 0. Let us click run. So we got the result as 0. Okay, let us see another case. If it is -1, which will be negative, now it will be checking the if condition. If -1 greater than 0, false, it won't execute this block. And then if elif, if -1 double equal to 0, it won't execute that because the condition doesn't pass. And then it will be checking for else block, then it will be printing it as negative number. Okay, when we click on run, negative. Okay, so that's how the entire programming works. Okay, um hope you understand. And there are nested if statement also, in here also you can write separately nested if. Okay, so what is nested if is nothing but in if we'll be keeping another conditions. Okay, now you have seen here, right? Let me copy everything. Okay, let me do it. So for example, a is equal to 5, and then I will be checking a greater than 0 or not. So if a greater than 0, what I do is like, if a double equal to 5, I'll be printing it as I got 5. Okay, now you see I got 5 when I run the program, because so in if I have using the another if, okay, you can use. So there is a concept called coupling. Okay, if you have an if, you should definitely have an else. That's not mandatory, but in case if you want to write an else, you can write, or else you can leave. Okay, so if there is no else, you won't execute anything. If you have an if, you should close it. Okay, so now we don't want to use else for this, but I want to use else for this. Okay, else print or something. Okay, let me click on run. I'll, as this condition has passed, it have printed I got 5 and executed out of the block, so it will be coming out of the program only. Okay, I got 5 and it will be executing. Okay, that's it. Now you see, now according to the indentation in python, indentation is must. Okay, so what is indentation? Is nothing but the spaces which we give when you write the code. Okay, here you see, when I declare a, I didn't give any space. When I declared if, I didn't give any space. But when I use this nested if, I have given one tab space, which means that this is the inner block of if statement. Okay, this is a if statement, and this if statement has an inner block of another if statement. Okay, and this if statement has an another block of print statement, which has two tab spaces. Okay, so tab spacing is must in python, as royalty is important in relationships. Okay, uh just funny. Okay, that's how you need to do. So indentation is must in python, and here you see, in as based on indentation, does this inner if has else statement? No, because it doesn't have an else in the state of if. Does this if has an else statement? Yes. Why? Because this if, you see, this if in the state of is we have else, which we can conclusively say that if and else block are completed for the first if, we will be mostly using for the second if. If you want to write the else for know you better, just I'm giving you an introduction of overall concepts in a simple manner. Okay. Oh, damn! I've closed tab. I think I will be missing everything. Okay. We have the entire data. Eee. So data is crucial, guys. Okay, where is my? So we have seen till comments, nested if stuff, and then let's go for this looping concept. Looping concepts. Okay. So here is one of the problem that programmers initially ask. For example, if I want to print, I I want I want a cake. Okay, so I want, there is a requirement from the another person, like I want a cake has to be printed for 10,000 times. What we need to do, I only know the print statement, I don't know this looping concept. What I do is like I'll be just copying it, I'll be pasting it. Okay, or else as I reset 4, I'll be pasting it again, copy and paste. Now I have 8, I'll be again copying it and paste. So what is happening is like we'll be keeping on copy and pasting, which takes lot of efforts for you to put to get 10,000 records of I want a cake. Okay, so that's when this looping concept has arrived. Okay, in looping also we have three types of loops. Let me grab it here. So we have while loop, and then we have for loop, and then we have do while, which we won't use much. I won't explain do while now. So but when I explain this application concepts, I will be explaining you what do while is. Okay, for now I will be explaining you what is while and what is do while. Okay, in python, so while will be in this manner. So while, and then we'll be having a condition. If that condition is passed, it will be executing this block of code. Okay, this block of code. Okay, done. If that condition is false, this condition is false, it won't execute this block of code. Okay, so for example, there you go, let me go here. So a is equal to 5, As per the syntax, I need to write while and then condition, and then Akhil told, okay, we need to write code here, and then this concludes. Okay, done. Now what is the condition? Okay, I'll be checking this a greater than or a greater than 0 or not. Okay, now if a is greater than 0, my requirement is to print from 5 to 1 or 5 to 0. What I need to do, I need to iterate over the entire, okay, entire what you call entire values, and then I need to check in case if that 5 is greater than 0, I need to exit from the block. Okay, so now I will be saying like print a. Okay, so now what, let us see. Now a is equal to 5, a greater than 5, and it will be printing a. Again the loop, the cursor will be going up, it will be going up again. Okay, and again it will be check a greater than 5, true, again a greater than 5. So it will be looping over and over and again. So let me click, so it will giving 5 5 5 5 5. So syntax error. Okay, let me remove this, my bad. So it will be giving 5 5 5 5 5 infinity times, because we don't have any exit command. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, so we don't have an exit command for this. Now I told my requirement is to print 5 to 1, which I can do. But where is the exit condition? So exit condition is where, which means like exit condition is nothing but a is equal to 0. So now I need to make a is equal to 0. How I can make a is equal to 0? From 5, I need to reduce each and every value, so that I will be getting the value. Okay, for if you reduce 1 from 5, you will be getting 4. Again we need to reduce 1, we'll be getting 3. Again we'll be reducing 1, we'll be getting 2. Again we'll be reducing 1, we'll be getting 1, and then 0. So now after printing a, what we need to do, we need to remove one value from it. Okay, which means like a is equal to a minus 1. This a will be again carrying over to the while loop, and again it will be processing. So let me click on run. I got top. So we got the result as a 5 4 3 2 1. Let me zoom back, let me zoom in. Where's the code? Okay, now let me zoom in. Now you see, now let us decode. So a is equal to 5, so 5 came here, 5 greater than 0, which means true, and then print, it will be printing 5, and then this a is nothing but 5. 5 minus 1 is 4, and this 4 will be assigning to the a. Now this a will be passing over to here. Okay, so let me copy this, I'll be explaining you here. Okay, uh, hope you understand. So now for the first iteration, we have a is equal to 5, and while condition a greater than 0 means 5 greater than 0, which is true. If it is true, we'll be coming into the inside block, and it will be printing a, which means we got the result as 5. And then we have another condition, a is equal to a minus 1, which means that now a is equal to 5 minus 1, which in turns refers to the a is equal to 4. We have reduced 1, and now this a is equal to 4 will be passing over to this a here. Okay, this while loop. Okay, let me do it again. So here you got, here in the second iteration, sorry, I wrote integration, iteration, second iteration, we have a is equal to, so previously we got a is equal to 4, now you will be getting a is equal to 4 here, and then a greater than 0. Okay, which means that it is true, which means 4 greater than 0, we'll be getting it as true, and then we'll be printing the a, which means we'll be getting the result as 4. Okay, and then we have condition is equal to a is equal to a minus 1, which means now a is equal to 4, a is equal to 4 minus 1, which indirectly gives a is equal to 3. Okay, so now we got the result as 5, we have printed 5 and we have printed 4. Okay, now let us see the third iteration. So till now we didn't go to the zeroth condition. Okay, so now let us keep it here. So I just set it here. So in the third iteration, third, now a is equal to 3. Okay, so now a greater than 0, which means like 3 greater than 0, which is true, and then we'll be printing a, which means we'll be printing the result as 3. Okay, now this a is equal to a minus 1, this a is equal to a minus 1, we have a is equal to 3 minus 1. We'll be getting a is equal to 3 minus 1 is nothing but 2. We'll be getting 2. Okay, so we have printed 3 also. Now let us see the another iteration, fourth iteration. So we have a is equal to 2 from previous links. Okay, a greater than 0, which means nothing but 2 greater than 0, which is true. And then print a will be giving printing as result 2. And then a is equal to a minus 1, a is equal to a minus 1, which means that 2 minus 1. And then we'll be getting result as 1. Okay, so now here you see we have printed 5, we have printed 4, we have printed 3, we have printed 2, and still we have a is equal to 1, which is not which is greater than 0. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to iterate over again. I will be keeping it here. Okay, in fifth iteration, you see, fifth iteration, I think it should be fourth. Okay, in fifth iteration we have a is equal to 1. So a greater than 0, which means 1 greater than 0, which is true. And then we'll be printing a is 1. And then you see a is equal to a minus 1, which means a is equal to 1 minus 1. We'll be getting a is equal to 0 now. Okay, we got the a is equal to 0. Again this a will be passing over the while loop. Okay, so in sixth iteration, hope you are able to see, let me take it here. Okay, in sixth iteration, okay, done. Okay, let it be. In sixth iteration, a is equal to a is now 0, a greater than 0, which means 0 greater than 0, which is false. Okay, 0 is can't be greater than 0, right? Once if the condition is false, once this condition is false, what will happen is like it will be executing from the block, this block, it will be coming out of this block. Okay, this will be coming out of this block. Okay, so now in sixth iteration it won't execute anything. Okay, now you see, now I need to remove these two lines. We go to letter false. Okay, hope it is clear. Okay, so that's how the entire while loop works. Okay, so that's why you got the result as 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, same as for loop, but for loop has a different conditions. Hope you understand the while loop concept. Okay, now let us take another loop, for loop. So for loop is a common used loop everywhere. Okay, let me have some water. So for loop is the common used loop over all the globe. Okay, because it is so easy to write, like while for we need to write condition, and then we need to write the logic, and then we need to what we need to subtract or add any values to again pass to the while loop. But for doesn't have that much requirement, because we can give everything in a single line. Okay, so let us write the syntax. In Python we'll be writing for underscore dash. What is dash? I will be telling. For underscore in x. So this is a syntax in Python. Akhil, you have put the two dashes. What I need to fill in there? This first dash, okay. This first dash you need to fill up with the iterator. Iterator, okay, iterator. Which means you can use any variable to iterate over a sequence. Okay, I can use I can use I can use I can use L, Z, K, or you can use anything. You can use underscore also. Anything, but it should be iterated over a sequence. What is sequence, Akhil? This second block is there, no? This, okay. Chadam, chadam, chadam. Wait, I'm struggling. Okay, this is there, no? This is nothing but the sequence or list. Okay, so every iterator when you use in a for loop, it should be a list or a sequence. Okay, then only you can iterate over, a s- over an array. For example, if you have a collection of books, so these are the books. Okay, these are the books. What I need to do, I need to iterate over the first book to remove this second book. For example, if I want to go to this third book, what I need to do, I need to first trace this book. Okay, Akil, you need to remove this book. Okay, then I need to remove this book. Okay, then only I got this book, which is a third book according to my requirement. Okay, that's how this for loop works. Now what I need to do, for example, if I go to this block, for I need to take a iterator, which in my terms I will be taking a iterator as I. Okay, for I in, so we have a collection of books here, we have a collection of books. Okay, now what I do, for I in collection of books, collection of books. Okay, I'll be keeping the syntax here. So Akil, you have defined the collection of books. Where is this collection of books coming from? Okay, this collection of book is nothing but what I told you, should be a sequence or a list. So for now I'll be taking this collection of book as a list. So I have one notebook and one diary. I have diary, and then I have one notebook, and then I have one, what do you call, some notebook. Notebook, not a notebook. Let me give a name. Okay, short note, short notebook, something, anything, just in tones. So I have three books. So I have a list or a sequence now which I need to iterate over it. Okay, so here you go, you have collection of books. So now I will be taking a iterator and I will be taking a sequence or list. Now what I do, I will be, for now sake, I need to print the third book in it. Okay, so let me first print, let us see the what are the sequence there, what are the values associated in the collection of book. Okay, so once let okay, collection of book is not different, I think I have messed up with the spelling mistake. Okay, now you see, we have a collection of book, we have diary, we have notebook, and we have short note. Okay, so now when I iterate over the collection of sequence, I can get to know that okay, this book is a diary, this book is a short note, and this book is a notebook. Okay, now what is the requirement for me? Requirement for me is to print the third one. How do you print, Akil? Now there is a function called range, which will be mostly using in for. Okay, range. Okay, so this range have certain properties. Range will be taking initial value, end value, and then jump. Okay, Akil, what is that? Now let me explain. So this range function has these three parameters, which is the first parameter is nothing but the initial value, the second parameter is nothing but end value inclusive, and then we have a jump value. You didn't get, let me go, let me take you to the compiler. For I in range of 1 comma 3, so what is the expected output? Now you will be getting a result as, it will be taking the first value as initial value, and then it will be taking till the 3, but 3 is inclusive. Okay, now it won't mean 3, but you'll be printing 3 minus 1, which means it will be taking over only the n minus 1 position only. Let us print it. Now you see, we'll be getting as 1 and 2. If I go and give 10, what's the answer? We'll be getting it as 1 to 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Did you get it? It is inclusive to, in, so in mathematics what we'll be doing, like we'll be writing like this. So for example, x comma y inclusive. Okay, so this is the format we'll be using in max, discrete max or something. So it will be taking x, and then it will be omitting the y value, but it will be taking previous y value. Okay, previous of y minus 1. Okay, y minus x something. Okay, so that's how it will be printing. Now here you see, in collection of book, first I need to find the length of the book, length of the collection. Okay, and if I found the length of the collection, I want to know the third portion book. Okay, now let us see. So I will be writing here only for I in range of, previously I have told there is a function called len. Okay, len of collection of book. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, like, I'll be taking the length function. Okay, so length, I will be taking length as 3 for I in range of 3. Will that be sufficient for me? So let me print it and do it. print of collection of I. Done. We got the each and every notebook sufficient. But what I need to do is like I need to print the I value also. Print of I. Then only I can map no. So for zeroth position we have diary. For one position we have notebook, and the second position we have short note. Okay, Akil, you have told it is in the third position, but why did we get two in the position of short note? Good. So let me dive into this indexing concept in Python. Indexing in Python, if you take a list or any tuple or anything, the sequence start from zeroth position. For example, if this is a array, this is an array. We have values as 0, 1, 2, 2. Okay, let me erase everything. I think it confused you. Okay, so let me take an list, and then we have one position, two position, three, four positions, and then here we have a, and then here we have b, and then we have c, and we have d here. Okay, so these are the values in a list. For example, this is this consider this as a list. So now the index in Python starts from 0. Okay, which means that this a will be pointing to zeroth position. This is nothing but the zeroth position. Okay, this is nothing but the one position, and this is nothing but the second position, and this is nothing but the third position. Okay, basically like that's how they define the language. Okay, so in list or tuples or anything you take, if it is a sequence, the sequence starts from the index 0. You can you can modify it to start from 1 also. In certain programming questions they will be asking you to start the index from 1, so we can do that also, don't worry. But for the time being, what you need to learn is like Python is zeroth based index language, which means that everything in Python starts from list starts from index 0. So now once you come here, now we see, so I have diary in the position of zeroth position, and notebook in the 1th position, and short notes in the second position. But what I need to do is like I need to print the third book position. What now? What is the condition? Now you know the index. Okay. Now you need to write the logic here. If I double equal to 2, I know the index position, which means 2. Okay. So this is the book I need to print. If I is equal double equal to 2, what I need to do is like I need to print this. I'll be giving a type space. Once click enter. So here you see, I got the short note. Let me remove this. No, that's clarify you. So short note. Okay, very good, simple. Hope you got. Okay, let me let me comment this. Okay, so we got the result as short note, which is the third book in the collection of books. Okay, so now this is the logic, and this is the this is the array, diary, notebook, short note, and we got the I is equal to 2. If I is equal to 2, which means the third element in a array, we are printing that array. Okay, nice, super. Hope you understand. Okay, don't worry. So this is how we will be using for loop, and sometimes what we'll do is like we'll be giving jumps. So Akil, in here you have told we will be using jump. So what is jump is, let me take back to you here. So now here you go, for I in range, for I in range of. So now there is a requirement for me to print even numbers. Okay, so even numbers till 10. What I do is like, first even number is 0, the initial value is 0. Okay, till 10, no, till 10 means it should be inclusive. That 10 has to be included, which means I need to take the inclusive plus 1, which means 10 plus 1 is nothing but the 11. How many positions should I jump for every positive number, for positive even number? Two positions, like 0. 1 we need to remove because it is an odd number. 2 we need to take because it is an even number. Again we need to skip one number. Again we need to take second number, which is 4. So let me take the two jumps. Okay, and then once we click print I, what we'll be getting, like you see 0 1 0 2 4 6 8 10 even numbers in program. Okay, even numbers. Okay, even numbers. So we'll be getting even numbers just because we have used this jump, which is a two parameter. We'll be stepping ahead two. Just go jump two, man, just jump two steps ahead to print the next value. This first it will be this I, it will be first assigning it to 0, and then it will be printing it as 0, and then next it will be going. Okay, let me copy it and explain. Okay, initially I is equal to 0, and then we'll be printing I, right? So once now I is equal to 1. So once I is equal to 1, what will happen is like it will be checking this position, this third position. Okay, I need to jump two positions. Now what it will be doing is like it will be skipping this one, and then it will be making himself it as 2. Okay, so I have jumped one position, so 1, and then I have jumped to the second position, which is 2. Now what it does is like it will be taking this position, this 2, again this will passing to the print, and then we got the result as 2. So now again what will happen is like again I is equal to, I will be becoming 3. Okay, then what will happen, this I will check this jump value. So it is two jumps. So now what will be thinking like, okay, I need to jump two values, then I will be becoming 4, because 3 it should be skipping, and then it should be passing to the second element, which is the second jump, which is 4, and this 4 will be printing here, and we'll be getting it as 4. Okay, so on will till then we'll be getting it as 10. Okay, this is how the for loop works. Okay, and mostly I think I have covered most of the concept. Okay, I think I can't record the video for more than an hour because I'm using the free trial for this. So I'll be stopping this video. In the next video I will be explaining what are the problems that we can solve on these concepts, if conditional statements and looping concept. Now okay, so let me take this. I want a cake. I want this print 10,000 time. What I need to do is like I need to take a for I in range of 0 comma 10,000 plus 1, 10,000 not 1, and then I will be giving it as this one. So let's just see. Okay, tailing 0, it should not be like this. Okay, sorry. Now you see it has printed 10,000 times. Akil, I don't know why it is printed 10,000 times or not. Okay, what you need to do is like you need to give here I plus, okay, string concatenation error I dot. Oh, strange. Okay, let me give here for God's sake. Now you see, so it is still producing. For here you go 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 1,000. So for 10,000 times we have printed I want a cake here. Okay, so that's how the power of for loops and while loops. Okay, in while loop also you can do it. Okay, so I'll be wrapping up it here, but later in the next video let us see the what are the problems that we can solve just by using it if and while loop, and while loop or for loop conditions. Okay, so bye for today guys, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Btech Career. Let me take you to my channel page. The song I mostly use on Savare, a nice song, but let me go to my channel. Okay, so this is our channel. Okay, I don't want to listen to my voice. Okay, so this is my channel. Just go do subscribe in case if you want this playlist more. I'll be creating all mostly interesting playlists from now on. Like I've just created one playlist on Python, right? So we'll be dealing with lot of problems from today onwards. Like we'll be taking each and every problem. I'll be explaining what how you need to solve. I'll be explaining you to solve basically advanced all levels. Okay, just do subscribe, share our channel with your friends, family members. We'll be getting a lot of job posting, and also in case if you need any help, just ping us on our Instagram handle. So I'll be available all the time. So you can join our Telegram channel in case if you miss any opportunity. Okay, so bye for now guys, and let's catch up in another video. Tata.